Top of the hour, Blake Ruffino down there in Louisiana. We'll go down there and get some Cajun action going. I love it. Love it.
Check out your boy.
My name is Blake.
Hit notifications for AYS. Hit notifications for AYS. Refresh, refresh, refresh.
What an incredible Cinderella story. This unknown comes out of nowhere to lead the pack.
That blacked out Tahoe, hell yeah, let's roll with it, cuz.
Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
I'm in love with a stripper. She bobbing, she rolling, she bowling, she riding that pole, and I'm in love with a stripper. Me, I'm a bearded, ugly-looking dude, and she's a fine mama.
You gotta always protect the McNuggets.
Yup in my white tee. Yup in my white tee. All in the club. Some Patron in my white tee. You know, she don't want to pop lock and drop it. She never wants to do that. Money in the bank, shorty, what you drank.
I haven't had anything yet. So how can I have some more of nothing? You're killing me, Smalls.
What's up, Country? Hey, what's up, Country? He's coming on down to Austin. We got him some custom beats. We got him a custom a burnt orange jacket, a can of chewing tobacco, and he gonna come down on here to Alton. Ricola. You know, DJ. Go, DJ. That's my DJ. Go, DJ.
Like the guy said, you're gonna eat lightning and you're gonna crap thunder.
Down there and got a mocha loca, ya. All of a sudden, I just heard my wife yell to my son, "Get out of the trash." Well, that's not good. This Rudy Poo, y'all.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Oh my God, let's go. Yippee! And we are live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Blake Ruffino. This is Are You Serious Sports. We hope that you are making it a good one. We know that we are as well. The LSU baseball Tigers are on the diamond currently with 2 outs and a runner on first. Cade Doty from Denham Springs, Louisiana, in his first game back from injury, hits a bomb to make it 2-1 for the LSU Tigers. We will be giving you the live updates as the show goes on, maybe a little play-by-play as it goes on, as we talk a lot. Just like right now, pass ball, Cade Beloso advances to second base on the wild pitch. So we do have a lot to talk about. Les Miles parts ways with Kansas. LSU, let's see. Somebody said they can't hear. Can you guys hear? Let me see. Second base on the wild. Jacob, I think that might be you, brother. I think that might be you. Get out of the app and come back in because I can hear it on our side. So I'm not sure why that is. Maybe hit the unmute button. Let's see. Can you guys hear? Yeah, y'all can hear me. Okay, good. So we will be doing that. Yes, there is let's backtrack. So Les Miles does part ways. Look, the board of supervisors from LSU and Louisiana State University should be a little ashamed of themselves. There are some reports coming out that they did not know about all of this and that they're appalled. But then Ross Dellinger comes out with the report today saying that that's complete false and bullshit. So we're going to talk about that. And yes, if there are some members fired, there should be some members fired or let go for the board of supervisors if they're going to pull some Rudy Poo stuff like that. So we'll talk about that. We're going to get to your comments as well as we always do. Devin Saab says TK knows. Yep, Tommy Chrysan. Our good friend, Mr. Tommy Chrysan, he says AYS rocks. We appreciate that. Dylan Landry does us a favor by saying hit the like and share and don't be a square. Blaine Smith says Marcus Williams franchised. A lot of people were what about this word, guys? Flabbergasted? Is that a good word? Flabbergasted by Marcus Williams getting franchised. But look, everybody said Mickey Loomis was then Saints were in cap hell, and all of a sudden Mickey Loomis does what Mickey Loomis always does. He's a wizard with the numbers. And he's a wizard to get guys to reduce on their contracts. It's something that he was able to do. Let's see. TJ says, I missed the old intro, missed that beat drop. Okay. We'll start implementing it on some shows. Just wanted to mix it up, so it's all good. But before we get started, guys, we do have a lot. We're going to be doing the LSU live baseball updates, giving you a little play-by-play. Before we get to that, though, we got to get over to our good friends over at GM Varno and Sons. GM has been serving your Denham Springs and Baton Rouge area for over 62 years. RV repair, big rig overhauls, motorhome chassis, routine maintenance, tire repairs, tire rotations, tire sales. No job is too big or too small over at GM. Give them a call today at 225-664-9992. That's 225-664-9992. And tell them Blake Ruffino at AYS sent you on by. And our good friend, Mr. Richie Roche over at Roche's Lawn and Landscape, 225-937-7220. That's 225-937-7220. And tell them Blake Ruffino at AYS sent you on by. Okay. So pop-up. Blake Money is in the game for the Tigers. Pop-up to Cade Doty for the first out in the top of the second inning. Look, Blake Money has been doing really well. Really, really, really well. Jacob Cole says switch to YouTube. Got sound now. Yes, I mean, look, YouTube is for a streaming platform. I mean, Facebook can be rough sometimes. Brandon says, can we start a petition that baseball wears pinstripes on Friday nights? They are so much better. Yeah, I like the pinstripes too. I really, really, really like the pinstripes too. I think they look good, but look, and I'm also a Yankees fan. And I know that people are gonna criticize me on that, but I really do like the pinstripes. I think they look clean. I like the all whites too. I love all of LSU's uniforms. I love the gold on Sundays. That's for damn sure. Let's see, ground ball to third base to K. No, that isn't. Yeah, that is Cade Doty. Cade Doty again, rifling it over to Trey Morgan. That'll be the second out. Dude, Cade Doty's coming in his zone. Cade Doty, look, comes back, hits another home run. Cade Doty's on fire, y'all. He's on fire. Travis says money has been money. Yeah, he has. So he comes in an inning and has already got 2 outs. So that's been fantastic. All right, I want to get to this. The Board of Supervisors at LSU should be a damn shame of themselves, okay? I'm not sure if you saw the Ross Dellinger report where he talked to some lawyers and some people, and the Board of Supervisors and some people that were at LSU at the time that Les Miles was there are saying that, well, the lawyers told us that we just couldn't fire Les. Ground ball to first base to Trey Morgan. LSU's going to get out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Tigers. Will make it to the bottom of the second inning. The score is still 2-1 for your LSU Tigers. But the Board of Supervisors should be absolutely appalled, and not appalled. They should be absolutely criticized. Let me say it like that. Absolutely criticized by what they've done and what they did. Do not freaking tell me that you don't have a choice, that you had no choice whatsoever in 2013 that you couldn't fire Les Miles. Bullshit, you couldn't. The reason you didn't fire Les Miles is because you owed him money. See, the Kansas thing right now is exactly what LSU didn't want to go through, right? Kansas, who parts ways with Les Miles, is paying him just shy of $2 million to get the hell up out of there. But LSU didn't want to pay Les back in 2013, so they swept everything under the rug. So let's not act like LSU had absolutely no options whatsoever. I know that we all want to stick up for LSU. I want to stick up for LSU myself. I'm going to defend LSU with everything that I have. But 2 things at all of this that you're going to hear, and I've been telling you this since last Monday, so over a week ago. Don't listen to anybody that tell you they didn't know, and then they were covering LSU, and don't let anybody tell you that if they say we're so appalled, they're lying. They knew what was going on or had some kind of resemblance or some kind of knowledge of what was going on. TJ says, I agree, Blake. I'm a Yankees fan also. Love the pinstripes. I love that, TJ. Blaine Smith says, spring practice next week. I plan on going to the spring game if it's open to fans. Yeah, let's hope it is. Zach Arnold is up for the Tigers. He's hitting .341, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. He's playing second base tonight instead of shortstop now that Doty's back. It seems like he likes it a lot. Let's see. Blake Schilling says, what's the word on that? What's the word on what, Blake? Be a little bit more specific. Wesley Nettle says, didn't Les have baggage from Oklahoma State? Wesley, you bring up a good point. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And look, another thing that's a part of all this too, guess who the AD was? Now, nobody wants to go down that train. Who was the AD that hired Les Miles with the same type of baggage from Oklahoma State? Skip Berkman. They were told. You know what's funny in this? Is that Skip Berkman was told by Oklahoma State so that Oklahoma State could keep Les Miles at there in Stillwater, that he had this baggage. It backfired, and Skip Berkman still hired Les Miles to be the next LSU football head coach. So this isn't something that's just out of the norm. They knew it all along. Jamar Jackson says, ask Blake on Facebook Live, spring practice starts next Tuesday, correct? Yeah, I think that is, if that's when the 16th is. Yep, it's when spring practice starts. Really looking forward to it. If it were me, I want to see both lines of scrimmage. How do both lines of scrimmage look? Hopefully I don't ever go out there as Zach Arnold strikes out for the first out in the bottom of the second inning. I don't ever really go out there, but it's going to be interesting to see if they are allowing Meaty to go in. Like, I know that we bring on Mike Scarborough from TigerBait.com. He's a regular with us. I want to see with both lines of scrimmage, and obviously want to see quarterback. So, yeah, it does. And, look, football is right around the corner, man. I know that we're in the heart of March Madness. I know that we're in the heart of baseball season here at LSU. But at the same time, spring practice is here, and then summer will be here, and then football season. So it's really exciting. Jacob Cole says, is F. King Alexander getting the boot as well? It's going to be interesting to see what Oregon State does that. You have a lot of it's always hard to fire a president, and he's probably, even more than Joe Oliva, more complicit in all of this than anybody. So, yeah, he was the one that the power really legitimately got to his head. And then he made a formal apology today after saying a week ago that there was no legal ground for them to fire as Jake Wyeth hits a ball deep in the 6 hole. But oh, man, what a play by Texas Southern's shortstop. Jeez and Pete. Wyeth he a little slow. He's like Blake Ruffino slow running them bases. Nice hit in between this 5 and 6 hole and just thrown out. Just doesn't have a lot of speed. I don't know what Oregon State's going to do with F. King Alexander, but for athletics, there's never been a worse president than F. King Alexander. It's not close. So, F. King Alexander comes out with a statement last week that there was no legal ground, and today he said he's sorry that they didn't fire him back in 2013. But again, how do you have a documentation from Les Miles saying that he did it? You have an admission of guilt, and why do you have to sweep it under the rug if you don't feel that LSU did anything wrong? And in the Ross Dellinger report or Sports Illustrated report, the attorney was told by F. King Alexander that he better shut his mouth or else. Like, legitimately threatening people. Ladies and gentlemen, F. King Alexander, the president of LSU, threatened a lawyer and told him not to tell anybody. Regardless, I don't believe for a second that only 6 people in Louisiana or anywhere knew that this happened. I refuse to believe that. I just absolutely refuse to believe that. And look, Kansas AD, he should be a damn shame of himself. Foul ball to the left side of the infield by Thompson. Still 2 outs, 1-2 count. But he should be, we did. Here's what the funniest thing about all this is that Kansas athletic director, y'all help me out. I forgot the guy's name. Let me pull that up, Jordan. Forget who posted that. Let me see this guy's name. Was it Scott Long? It's not Scott Long, or Jeff Long. There it is. But Jeff Long, like one of these reports today, Jeff Long says we ran multiple background checks on Coach Miles before hiring him in 2018. He says he directly asked Miles if there was anything in his background that could embarrass the school, received no indications of the issues. Come on, man. Come on. Get out of here with that. Yeah, Lisa says Jeff Long. Carl says Jeff Long. Get out of here with that, man. That's just Rudy poo. Blake Schillings says people allowed in the spring game. I'm not sure about that. I'm sure they'll make an announcement of that soon, but I'm not sure if there will be or not. David said, should have, as Thompson grounds out, that'll be the end of the second inning. So top of the third, score is still 2-1 for the LSU Fighting Baseball Tigers. David says, should have taken care of this not 8 years later. Worse look, waiting 8 years as it would have been taken care of it immediately. Well, and David, the only reason that it came to light was because of the USA Today report. And the truth is that people started looking into it in Washington, D.C. because of the fact that Darius Geis got arrested for strangling his girlfriend. If LSU, that's the only LSU wasn't looking into this. Nick Guidry says, what's up, brothers? What's up, Nick? Blaine Smith says, give me your Final Four for March Madness. Oh, man. Michigan, Gonzaga. I don't really know. I think it's other than that. I mean, I'm not sure. Blaine, let me think about that. I hadn't really given it much thought who I'd have in my Final Four. TJ says LMFAO. Yeah, I guess you're talking about, Wyeth looks like Blake Ruffino running around the bases. It's true. Bet LSU dugout getting on him to unhook the wagon. Yeah, I would imagine so. Blake Money back in. Dude, that kid's just so damn good. Carl Dunn says whole board of supervisors should be replaced. Well, Carl, I mean, the ones that knew, don't tell me you don't have legal ground. Legal ground means nothing when you're firing a coach. When you fire people fire coaches all the time without legal ground. Shit, Gus Malzahn just got $20 million to walk the hell away. You don't need legal. The stupidest thing that all these ADs and attorneys and board of supervisors are saying is they need legal ground. No, the hell you don't, because 2 years later you fire the man because of what was happening on the field. You were paying the man $10 million a year to stay the hell away. Come on with that. Blake Money fires. Ooh. Thought my man got another strikeout. So I'm not going to. The ones that knew should definitely. And F. King Alexander, in my opinion, should be fired. Where's he at? Like Oregon State. He should definitely be fired. The funny thing is, and I'm assuming this is going to happen. So it might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow, but we'll have to wait and see. Somebody's going to get in touch with Joe Oliva. Somebody is going to get in touch with Joe Oliva. They're going to do an interview. And if he's smart, he'll sit down and do it. Oh, he went. Yeah, he went. That's got to be a strikeout, right? Yeah, 1 out. Huge strikeout by Blake Money. This kid's just coming in and dealing, man. Got swag on top of swag. Somebody's going to get in touch with Joe Oliva. Joe Oliva is going to do an interview. Hopefully it's a sit down so that we can hear what he's got to say. And, I mean, the simple fact that he produced in the report the emails that he sent F. King Alexander in and of itself is just crazy to me. Damn, base hit out of center field. Dross unable to make the play. Man, he struggled in center field. He's legitimately struggled in center field defensively. He better hope that his bat stays hot because when DiGiacomo comes back, I mean, because this kid's just extremely struggled. Like, and it's not even, I mean, he missed play balls this weekend. He just missed another one. He better pray to sweet baby Jesus that he's able to continue to hit. Let's see. David says, love Blake Money, reminds me of Todd Peterson. Well, Blake Money's got better stuff than Todd. I mean, Todd would get rocked around. Now, we're going to see what Blake Money can do in SEC play, but Todd, if you remember, Todd used to get rocked, man. I mean, there were some performances that he had that he was really good, but sometimes Todd would just get absolutely rocked. I do got some good news, though. I got I'm supposed to. But my PlayStation 5 is supposed to come in tomorrow. Remember, all you people were asking me, and I was really going out there trying to get it, and you guys delivered. We were able to get it. So we're supposed to be getting that tomorrow. As Blake Money fires off Sweet's pitch outside, we'll make the count 2-0. Top of the third, the LSU Tigers are still winning 2-1 in the top of the third. We're talking about spring earlier in spring football. I'm really this is one of the bigger springs that I'm looking forward to. I know that we had COVID last year that shut everything down. Haven't had a spring ball as a wild pitch gets by Wyeth and runner advances to third base after the double. There's a lot of positions that are open. Wide receiver. Outside of Keyshawn Boutte, maybe you could say Jeray Jenkins will be your number 2 guy. But outside of that, you have a lot of competition that's going to be going on this spring. You know what your offensive line is going to look like. What is running back going to look like? Who's going to take over that room? Is it Ty Davis Price, John Emery? Can one of these freshmen come in and take it over? They want the spring. Foul ball down the left field line and make it count 3-1. And then quarterback. Quarterback's is going to drive this all off season from next Tuesday, Wednesday, when spring practice starts until August when they announce it. That's the number one topic that's going to come up, is specifically about quarterback. But we'll try to cover all the positions. Ryan Thibodeau says no show tomorrow night, PS5 time. I don't know. We'll see, man. I love my show more than anything. I love what we do more than anything. So we'll see. We'll see. Carl Dunn says, well, all the spring going to be overshadowed by this mess. It might. What LSU really, really, really needs is for spring practices to start. They extremely need LSU and spring practice to start. They need the Miles Brennan quarterback controversy. Who's going to start? Is it going to be Max Johnson? Who's going to transfer? They need all of that. Right now, as Blake Money walks, the batter will be runners on first and third, 1 out in the top of the third. So they really need that. And because the reason that this is going on is right now, yes, it's fresh, but once football starts, football is king of all, and I'm not going to say it will overshadow it. But honestly, Carl, I think it might be flip-flop. I think the spring might overshadow this stuff, and people will just let this try to, as LSU wants it to, they wanted to just kind of go by the wayside. Ball foul back, Wyeth giving chase is going to be out. So it'll be an 0-2 count on the Texas Southern hitter. See, I'm looking at you guys, and I can't even look at who's up at bat. I'm just getting out of the glance of my eye. Ed Orr's want to talk today with Jordy. I always do that. I was about to say Jordy Kalai and T-Bob Hebert. With T-Bob and Jacob Hester today, he did have some big things to say that were kind of interesting. Number one, I think, talking about Jeray Jenkins, that him being a leader, he's going to continue to talk about his defensive line because all the talent that he gets back. I think the biggest thing that we need to look for, and it's probably going to be the biggest thing, is going to be the skill positions on offense, wide receiver, running back, outside of quarterback, and then safety linebacker. What can Blake Baker come in and bring into this LSU program? Being a linebackers coach, can he develop these guys and get them better? Damone Clark was a guy that really struggled last season. What can a good offseason do for that man? Micah Baskerville, Mike Jones. Who Mike Jones? I really want to see what Mike Jones can do. Can he get a starting job? Do you put him out on the outside and make him – because he is more athletic than Jacoby Stevens. He is a more athletic Jacoby Stevens if we're getting down to it. That's what that kid is. A guy that can cover in the slot. He's a more athletic Jacoby Stevens. So maybe not as big as Jacoby Stevens when it comes to being weight. But, he's a guy that I think is definitely going to see the field, because if he can see the field at Clemson, he's definitely going to see the field at LSU. Blake Schilling says, ask Blake, did you see the article about Kirby Smart and Georgia paying players? We didn't get to talk about that yesterday because of all this stuff. But Coach Prost, do you guys remember the MTV show? I forget what it was called, but when they did the Hoover thing, you had John Parker Wilson and all these kind of guys that were on the show, and the big MTV show, and then John Curtis went over to Hoover and beat him with Joe McKnight and that great team that John Curtis had. He was the one that was talking, if you don't remember that, but that was the individual. Yeah, I did see that. I listened to it, and I saw that Georgia launched an investigation in reference to the recruiting violations and violations done by Kirby Smart. Bruh. Georgia ain't going to come back with finding anything bad on Kirby Smart. Oh, that's a rifle shot. Strike 3 by Blake Money. So 2 outs in the top of the third as Blake Money gets another strikeout. That's 2 outs or 2 strikeouts in this inning. Runners are still on first and third, but a huge pitch inside, 95 miles an hour. That's big time. Yeah, 2-a-days. Yeah, that's what it was called. 2-a-days, says Corey and Carl Dunn. But that's who that was Coach Prost. But Georgia's investigation's not going to come up anything. And you notice what Alabama did. Alabama didn't do shit. Alabama said, we ain't going to investigate. We ain't going to tell y'all nothing. And look, Coach Prost is the kind of guy that, he's been fired multiple places. You got to take – I don't want to criticize the man, but you got to take his word, I think, with a little bit of grain of salt here, right? I heard it, but I don't know. I don't know how much stock we can put into what Prost says. But I do. But Blake Schilling, back to your comment, I do think it's really interesting. Something I want to see more of, and I hope that what I hope is that someone outside of Georgia and Alabama start investigating it, like the USA Today. But they're not going to do that. Corey on Facebook Live says, just got on. Did you talk about Nick Chubb and the UGA stuff going on? No, we just did. I'm not surprised. Guys, this is going on everywhere. Listen, let me say this very candidly. You better be careful talking about UGA and Alabama paying to bring players back, because LSU just got a lot of players back too. Be careful. If you don't want to get snake bit, don't pick up that rock. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I want to see them go down if they're doing bad shit my damn self, but just be careful now. Be careful. Lonnie Young says, good evening. I sent you a friend request, but I seen your list is full. Well, Lonnie, I'm sorry about that, man. Brother, I'm going to be a little honest, and this is not trying to brag or anything, but I legitimately get like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 friend requests a day. So I'm sorry, man. Let's see. David says, Feinbaum. Well, we should stop that comment right there if you're talking about Paul. Blast LSU and Miles, but defending Smart and Saban about Prost allegations to high heels. Well, you got to understand what he's saying there. I think what Paul is saying, and I didn't listen to him, like I just told you, you better be careful before you pick that rock up, because LSU just had a lot of players coming back, and sexual allegations and sexual cover-ups and sweeping stuff under the rug for a coach that didn't really do shit for you and was actually, quite honestly, let's just call a spade, crappy, and wasn't that good. Yeah, David, you're kind of comparing apples to oranges, because what Les Miles was doing could be pushing on the verge of being illegal if someone was telling him no, that they don't feel comfortable in doing any of this or talking to him and being around him, versus giving a man $154,000 to come back to the university. I think we're talking about or $180K, because Corey says this. Supposedly, backers gave Chubb like $180,000 not to go to the NFL. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. I don't really care about it, if we're being honest. Everybody's getting paid. Look, pay the kids. Quite honestly, pay them. That's why it's funny, is these big boosters and all these people don't want name, image, and likeness to get passed, so guys get money. As Blake Money, speaking of money, Blake Money walks another batter. So bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the third, as Alan Dunn will make his way out to the mound. But what's just so very interesting to me in all of this is that people don't want name, image, and likeness passed, but they're okay with Nick Chubb getting paid. We're okay with guys like a Jacoby Stevens or Terrace Marshall or any of these guys coming back or not opting out. You mean to tell me that you wouldn't be upset, that you would be upset if LSU paid Derek Stingley to stay for a senior year? He's not going to, but if he did, come on, man. Marvin Mackey Jr. says, don't open that door, leave it be. I'm telling all LSU fans, sorry, guys, my neck. I'm telling LSU fans, I think you might want to, like Marvin says, I think you might want to leave that door closed for the current moment. So as reporters did not tell you what was going on with Les, I'm kind of trying to tell you something. Don't pick up that rock. Leave that rock right there. Let it be now. Don't go meddling in nothing that don't need meddling. Blake Money kicks and fires, and it's going to be a foul ball behind home plate. Blake Schilling says, I figured that's how Bama got pretty much their entire team back last season. Absolutely. And as Edwin Reeves says here, built by Bama, question marks, Saban, Smart, Pruitt. Yeah, I mean, look, Pruitt got popped with putting literally stacks of cash in McDonald's bags. Hey, get you a number 7, wink, wink. I mean, come on, man. And Ryan Thibodeau says this right here on YouTube Live. He says everyone is doing something illegal. Ryan, I want to be careful on how I say this. I get what you're saying, right? Like they're doing the wrong thing. They're breaking the rules. I want to be careful when I say stuff illegal now. Like it's not illegal to give a kid cash. It's not illegal to give a 20-year-old and 21-year-old Nick Chubb $180,000 to come back to a university. Right? Like, I mean, it's just not. People freak out because some booster gave Nick Chubb $180,000. Well, I'm going to even let that door be because I was about to say something. Oh, shoot. Damn. Blake Money gives up a hit between the 3 and 4 hole as a runner will score. Looks like bases will still be loaded. Damn. So Texas Southern will tie the game 2-2 unless that runner score from third. When I'm on the show, I don't really watch a lot of it. Lonnie Young says there is some kind of cheating in every program, and if you don't believe that, then you're crazy. I agree with that. Yeah, bases still loaded. I agree with that, and it is. I mean, man, it is. And that's why this name, image, and likeness thing is legitimately going to clean up paying players to go to universities. Whether y'all like it or not or believe what you want to believe, but oh, my gosh, is Wyeth misses the ball and runners will score. And another overthrow. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Man, how does this go on at LSU? Wait, that ball wasn't foul tipped? I guess not. I mean, I watched the game without sound on. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, Oral Roberts and now Texas Southern is beating you on the top of the third, 3-2. Guys, and you know if LSU somehow loses this game, what the talk's going to be about. You know what it's going to be about. Oh, LSU lost another midweek game, and it's going to be somewhat true. Jesus Christ. Ryan Gidry says the number 3 combo is what Jeremy Pruitt was giving the recruits. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't fault the damn man, honestly. I mean, you guys can come to the show, but I'm going to tell you, I don't care two Rudy Poos if someone's paying a kid cash to go to their university. I really don't care. Now, let me backtrack here. Let me backtrack. Unless it's Alabama and it's blatant. Now, if they're cheating, I don't like it. David says, if you aren't winning, then you ain't cheating. Or I get, yeah, as the saying goes, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, people legitimately freak out because, again, it's just crazy. Ryan says, yeah, not criminal. Carl Dunn says, I'll take a number 7 with a Coke and some money. Yeah. Well, LSU can't even buy an out right now. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. You know what they need? You know what they need to get their third out and a guy that can bring numbers around? Micky Loomis. I mean, are you guys witnessing what Micky Loomis is doing with this Saints cap, salary cap? I mean, dude is just a damn wizard, bro. How he's doing what he's doing, I have no idea. And now you know why Tom Benson used to just legitimately kept that dude around. I mean, was horrible at picking players, was horrible at that kind of stuff. But when he does this kind of stuff and managing the books and getting guys to renegotiate, he's just a cap genius, man. A literal cap genius. That dude needs to write a book. Like, let Jeff Ireland and Sean Payton continue to draft the guys that they want, do the talent evaluations and stuff like that, because you've done pretty damn good in the draft. Done decent in the draft. But come on, man. All right, so full count. Runners on second and third, 2 outs, top of the 7th. God, Blake Money really needs a strike here. Oh, and he hits him. Damn. You know what I've noticed with Blake Money, too, is that he'll come out and have a damn good inning, like one good inning, and then the second inning, as he continues to get more pitches and continues to throw, he starts struggling, like legitimately starts struggling. But he's given up two runs this inning, and it looks like Paul Benaire is going to come out and take him. Damn. Neck kind of hurting. Let's see. David says, just saying, a team always takes on its characteristics of its coach, and Benaire is soft in his later half of his tenure here. You know, Zach Pearson said that, on the show last Wednesday that Paul Benaire used to get after that ass. Look, there's one thing that I know as just for a fact. You don't mess with small Italian people. You don't do it. Look, my grandmother ain't pushing 5 foot, and that woman scares me half to death. She starts rambling out in Italian. She gets 2 or 3 batanas in that thing, man. She says butana more than once. I'm ducking for cover. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. She starts getting all up in there. Hell no, I ain't gonna be nowhere around. I ain't gonna be nowhere near. I'm gonna turn that sliding glass door open and I'm out. See ya. Meow. Nope. So moral of the story is, don't mess with short Italian women. And if you're married to one, God bless your soul. God bless your soul. But back to Mickey Loomis, as Mikael Hilliard's going to be the new pitcher for LSU. 3 in the third inning, 8 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks, 18.9 ERA. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. So we'll see. Let's see. Lonnie Young Jr. says Loomis is great with the cap, but our drafting is great because of Jeff Ireland. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Let Jeff Ireland continue to draft the guys and do the evaluations. He said we drafted horrible until he came over several years ago. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that. They complement one another really, really well. Man, Mikael Hilliard's really got to he's got to be huge for LSU here and get him out of this inning. You can't have 2 outings in 4 games where you get the doors just completely blown off to you by teams that have no reason of beating you. Holden Lee says Alan Dunn is a horrible pitching coach. Been saying it for years. Can't believe we're struggling against Texas Southern Lord. Well, Holden, Alan Dunn has nothing to do with Brady Drost misjudging that ball in center field. When you got outs on the table, you got to get the outs. Mikael Hill fires. Oh, that's a good pitch. 0-2. Man, this kid, if he can get LSU out of here, that'd be huge. Absolutely huge. The windup and the pitch. Foul ball. But look, baseball is a game of outs, man. You got to be able to get outs as quickly as you can, and you got to go through. You just can't make mental errors. You can't make errors in the field, and when you do, you start getting your ass beat. Look what happened to LSU on Sunday. LSU has 3 errors. They wound up getting beat 3-1. With the fact that they really struggled hitting. Look, LSU only scored 1 run Sunday. That's not on Alan Dunn. Not at all. Jesus Christ. Jake Wyeth with another pass ball. At this point, you got to take Jake Wyeth out. You got to take Wyeth out. He gets completely confused. Absolutely confused. Doesn't know if it's a breaking ball or fastball. How do you call the pitch and not know what it is? Unless he just got mixed up there. Had to have gotten mixed up. But another pass ball by Wyeth. another run will score, makes it Texas Southern 4, LSU 2. Man, this ain't going to be good. LSU fans are going to start rioting. I was going to let us go into the inning changes, but man, we might be here all night. Lonnie Young says, giving any team extra outs will get you beat on any level. Absolutely. Holden Lee says, it was a hard hit, Blake. Stop defending it. We've walked more than 4 batters. But Holden, you got to get outs when outs are there, brother. When it's 2 outs and you misjudge a ball, yes, bad things are going to happen to you. Bottom line, brother. Absolute bottom line. Flusters a freshman pitcher, and then he goes longer in the inning than he should. I'm not saying that the walks are I'm not condoning walks. I'm not saying that. But again, when you misjudge a ball on the 3rd out, then you got to have to put a little bit on that. That is not on Alan Dunn. Oh, and by the way, LSU scoring 1 run on Sundays, not on Alan Dunn. Point blanks, period. Also, Holden says we're going to get destroyed in SEC play. We'll see. Guys, I think it's early, bro. It's early, man. We got to be careful. God bless Jesus, Wyeth. There you go. All right, well, guys, let's do this. Let's go finish watching this game, and then I don't know if we'll be back tomorrow or not. I mean, the PS5 is supposed to be here, so we'll see. I might have me some PS5 time during the week. We'll see. But I love coming on the show. But until then, guys, we will see you soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. But nevertheless, if we do come back tomorrow, Zach Pearson will be our guest. It'll be a great time. We'll see you then. Have a good night.